Longest minute.
60 seconds left.
Just like every other minute. Seems like the longest. Well, the Isabella County Board of Commissioners regular board meeting to order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Up to roll call, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Jazinski,
Present.
Commissioner Marino,
Present.
Commissioner Swaney,
Here.
Commissioner Horton,
Here.
Commissioner Hope.
Here.
Chairman,
Thank you, Clerk Lux. Next up is approval of agenda. We'll have general public comments. No presentations or special reports. We did have a presentation at the work session on the annual audit. We'll have some appointments to boards and commissions and the consent agenda, and then committee reports, finance and administration.
Finance administration is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have no business under criminal justice and county affairs, human resources and public works committee.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee is all set, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Intergovernmental affairs, Commissioner Marino, I know you gave a report at the work session. If you want to do that again or not, it's totally up to you.
I could tell you what we talked about.
Sure.
And who was
Okay.
there. Okay, how's that?
Yep. And then we have no administrator controller business, no unfinished business. Under new business, we have a motion to approve several requests for the 2% grant from the Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe. We'll make that motion, and then a motion to accept and place on file the 2021 comprehensive annual financial report and supplementary information to financial statements. And then another opportunity for general public comments and announcements from the commissioners. So is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Support Marino.
Been moved and supported. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Which brings us down to general public comments. Is there anyone for general public comment? Can you, Dr. Bills, can you sign in and then state your name and take your time? No rush.
Connie Lee Bills, 3396 St. Andrews Drive, Mount Pleasant. I'm a Union Township trustee, and I am here reporting on behalf of Union Township. I just wanted to let you guys know that at our last regular meeting, we went ahead and signed the letter of participation for the Lincoln Road project, which is going to be great. That's going to get started sometime late this spring, but early summer, something that's going to get done this year. And so that's going to really be nice because it's going to give us a 4 or 5 foot shoulder on both sides of a 3-lane, segment between the bridge and Broomfield, and then about a 1/4 mile or so, something like that, on east and west, and then a slight amount south. But it's going to be a great project, and it's over $2 million, so it's going to be a great upgrade to that corner. And I'm sure that some of you already know that, but I wanted to let you guys know that it's going to be in the works. Other than that, happy spring.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anyone else for general public comment? Do we have anyone on the virtual audience? Thank you. Then we will move on. We have no presentations and special reports, appointments to boards and commissions. At this time, I would take requests for nominations for one opening on the Community Mental Health for Central Michigan Board for a 3-year term ending March 30th, 2025, or until a successor is appointed.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to nominate James Hatton.
James Hatton.
Support.
Any further nominations? Any further nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Jim Hatton for Community Mental Health for Central Michigan Board.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Mr. James Hatton. Any further discussion on that? I'll just say that sitting on that board, I worked with Mr. Hatton for the 5 years that I've been on there, and he's very knowledgeable and very dedicated. And I'm glad to be sitting here and able to reappoint him to that. Clerk Lux, roll call, please.
Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
All ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. Next up, item B is a Community Corrections Advisory Board. Chairman's request for nomination for one opening on the Community Corrections Advisory Board as a criminal defense attorney, local public defender representative, or until a successor is appointed. Are there any nominations?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate Roberta Shikarski.
Been moved and supported to nominate Roberta Sacharski. Are there any further nominations? Any further nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I move that nominations be closed and a unanimous ballot be cast for Roberta Shikarski for the Community Corrections Advisory Board.
Support.
Good. It's been moved and supported to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Roberta Sacharski for the Community Corrections Advisory Board. Any further comments? Hearing and seeing none. Clerk Lux, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. The next one is a little bit different. It's a request to nominate a specific person. And the motion would be, well, actually, Vice Chairman Horton, would you care to make that?
Certainly.
motion?
Move to appoint Toby Roth to serve on the Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works Workforce Development Board as the private sector representative with the term date ending June 30th, 2023.
Support.
Been moved and supported to appoint Toby Roth to serve on the Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works Workforce Development Board. Question. I don't know Mr. Roth personally, but I know he's worked at the university for many, many years. So Clerk Lux, a roll call.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
All ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk.
Said it was different, so that's why I didn't.
This was just a motion, I think.
Yeah. Right. We didn't take nominations. Yep. And with that, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Commissioner Hutchinson, would you read the consent agenda, please?
Hey, move to approve and place on file the March 1st, 2022 regular meeting minutes, the March 8th, 2022 Finance and Administration Committee meeting minutes, the March 8th, 2022 Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee meeting minutes, and the March 8th, 2022 Human Resources and Public Works Committee minutes.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve the consent agenda. Clerk Fox, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
That brings us down to committee reports, Finance and Administration Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First up on the Finance Administration Committee's list is the February 25th, 2022 invoice list, the March 4th, 2022 invoice list, and the March 10th, 2022 adjustment list. Motion reads, move to ratify and place on file the February 25th, 2022 invoice list in the amount of $411,334.91. The March 4th, 2022 invoice list, the amount of $1,634,707.90, and the adjustment list dated March 10th, 2022.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the February 25th, 2022 invoice list, the March 4th, 2022 invoice list, and the March 10th, 2022 adjustment list. Discussion.
Yes, commissioners get these by email, the invoice list, so they have a chance to review and ask questions. We also went through them in the Finance and Administration Committee for the invoice list, two invoice lists mentioned. And we had a discussion today in regards to our business session, which was very limited because there wasn't a lot of items. Commissioner Jelazinski pointed out on the March 4th, 2022, that some of the large tax disbursements was from the delinquent tax revolving fund to buy the delinquent taxes as the funding from the county to the charging entity. So, and then in regards to the adjustment list, that was Gordon Foods. That was also the city of Mount Pleasant. We get for paying up and paying on time and paying early, we don't get charged extra fees and or we receive discounts.
Good. Any questions or further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Clerk Fox.
This item is MERS 457 participation agreement. Motion reads, move to approve the Municipal Employees Retirement System, MERS 457 participation agreement to permit loans and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Report.
Moved and supported to approve the MERS 457 participation agreement. Discussion.
We have already approved the having MERS as one of the vendors for 457 plans to our employees. What we hadn't approved back then was the ability to take a loan on deposits made by those employees. There's no cost to the county board. And it's just another benefit that the employee can voluntarily participate in if they so choose.
Hearing and seeing none, Clerk Fox, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Next up, resolution number 2022-01, compliance with PA 152. Motion reads, move to adopt Isabella County Board of Commissioners Resolution number 2022-01 to demonstrate compliance with the publicly funded Health Insurance Contribution Act of 2011 more commonly known as PA 152, and adopt the hard cap annual cost limitations for the medical benefit plan coverage year January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
And moved and supported to approve the resolution number 2022-01 compliance with PA 152. Discussion.
The board did not act in compliance with PA 152. And because of that, we have to be in compliance with PA 152. And our options, and we're choosing to go with the hard cap, which means the board can only pay up to a certain amount, and anything above that amount has to be passed on to the employees who are taking health care. And we do have a resolution, and am I to read that resolution? Yes, I am. So I'm going to read the resolution. Resolution is Isabella County Board of Commissioners Resolution number 2022-01. A resolution to demonstrate compliance with the Publicly Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act of 2011, MCL 15.561 to 15.569, PA 152. It reads, whereas Public Act 152 of 2011, as last amended by Public Act 477 of 2018, serves to limit a public employer's annual contribution for employee medical benefit plans. And whereas the Act contains 3 options for compliance, which include implementing the hard cap annual cost limitations as established by the state treasurer, adopting an 80-20 cost share of premiums where the county pays 80% and the employee pays 20% of the premiums, and opting out of the Act by a 2/3 vote of the governing body prior to the start of the benefit year. And whereas, although Isabella County has opted out of PA 152 annually since the enactment of the Act, the county inadvertently did not act to exempt itself prior to the start of the 2022 medical benefit year as required by the Act. And whereas, as a result of not opting out or adopting the 80-20 cost share option, the county will be subject to the hard cap annual cost limitations and employee cost shares for 2022 medical health coverage premiums must be adjusted for the county to be in compliance with PA 152. And whereas the failure to affirmatively act pursuant to PA 152 for the health plan year 2022 was inadvertent and unintentional. And the county commissioners are displeased and did not intend for county employees to absorb additional health insurance premium cost sharing during 2022. The county will nevertheless comply with the legal requirements of PA 152. Now, therefore, it be resolved, effective March 15th, 2022, the Board of Commissioners of Isabella County elects to comply with the requirements of Public Act 152 by implementing the hard cap annual cost limitations for the medical benefit plan coverage year January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022, and will be signed by Tobin D. Hope, Chairperson, Isabella County Board of Commissioners, and Mindy B. Lux, Clerk of Isabella County. We had a long discussion in our business meeting today. We had employees from the audience speak, and they very, very heartfelt, professional, and meaningful dialogue. I don't think anybody was directed any ill will towards the board, and certainly the board has no ill will towards the employees by any means. I think this board has, over the years, and especially over the last few years, have recognized the value of maintaining and retaining employees, and especially in our climate today. So this is unfortunate, and if this board could rectify it immediately, they would. But according to legal counsel right now, we do not have that option. So.
Very good. And I just wanted to say that I did appreciate everyone that spoke at public comment. I can't say that I disagreed with any of them. It's just an unfortunate situation that we're in. We have to comply with the act. It is what it is. So I do want to read a letter from Judge Janes, and I think all of us received this in our email. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I wanted to he wanted to make his feelings known, was not able to be here. So I want to read this letter from him. March 15th, 2022, Isabella County Board of Commissioners. 200 North Main Street, Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Dear Commissioners, please accept this letter as our response to the insurance issue to be discussed at the March 15th, 2022 board meeting. On behalf of the Isabella County Trial Court, we understand that what occurred was an unfortunate mistake. However, the fact that this mistake will now require employee cost shares for medical benefit plans to increase has led to understandable concerns from staff, as well as questions regarding what can be done to rectify the situation. Our primary concern in this matter is for the well-being of our employees. Therefore, we ask that you take action that will address this issue in a fair and reasonable way that allows our employees to be made whole. We have confidence that you are taking this matter seriously and will make every effort to find a satisfactory resolution. And we are ready and willing to work with you to resolve this matter. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Eric R. Janes, Chief Judge, Isabella County Trial Court. So again, I thank everyone that spoke today. And I'm repeating myself, but it's an unfortunate mistake and we have to deal with it. So any further discussion? Okay, hearing and seeing none, clerk, clerk's a roll call, please.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes,
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, clerk Lux.
The final item of business for the committee is medical benefit coverage, employee cost share adjustment. Motion reads, move to approve the spreading of $81,190.80 evenly amongst the 202 participants enrolled in medical benefit coverage Plan A and B, not including the 10 participants enrolled in Plan C, for the 20 remaining pay periods in 2022 by increasing the current employee cost share for Plans A and B by $20.10 per pay period, effective immediately.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the spreading of $81,190 evenly amongst the 202 participants enrolled in medical benefit coverage plans A and B. Discussion. Commissioner Swaney.
Chairman Hope, I would like to make an amendment to the motion. I would move that the amendment read, move to approve the spreading of $81,190.80 evenly amongst the 212 participants enrolled in medical benefit coverage Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C for the 20 remaining pay periods in 2022 by increasing the current employee cost share for Plans A, B, and C by $19.15 per pay period, effective immediately.
Okay, it's been moved and supported. The amendment to spread the cost over all three plans, Plan A, B, and C.
Thinking point of order that it has to be the mover of the original motion that amends that motion. Like you would-
That's
you would have to
not
accept that.
Rules, that's not Robert's Rules of Order in what I've experienced, I guess.
So the first motion is off the table.
No.
So first off, we vote on the amendment.
Put on the amendment first and then.
If
go
that
back to the-
passes, then you go back to the original motion, either as amended or as defeated on the amendment as originally stated.
So the amendment was moved and supported.
A discussion, yeah.
And discussion.
Well, I'm in favor of the amendment. I mean, I went all around this trying to find some lemonade out of this lemon, and you just can't. And in listening to, as mentioned earlier, listening to discussion, public comment, Like one employee who was one of the 10, and I believe in reference to another employee in the audience, but I'm not 100% sure on that, basically said it was not, she wanted to be included in the A and B group. And in harking back and thinking about it even more, it makes sense to me now because we're paying, the cost share is being provided to the overall base plan. So it's not like so by doing that, I guess that's how I can rationally see that now, is that it's being, the cap is on the base plan itself, and that should be spread out, I believe, among everyone who takes the insurance. Again, when I say should, that's not a hard should, that should just be, I think that's the fair thing to do.
Any further discussion? I will just say that when we talked about this in committee, it made sense to leave out Plan C because of the cost share in there. 20 plans are considerable cost share. But having listened to public comment and my other commissioners, I think there's no palatable way to do this, but I think to spread it out evenly over all the employees that take the insurance, is probably the most fair thing to do in my mind. So any further?
Yeah, that's how I felt too, the way you did, Chair. And also further on down the line, there's no way you can leave anybody out on kind of a plan that we have. You can't just take some people out and put them back in. So that's why I'll be supporting the amendment.
Further discussion on the amendment to the motion? Okay, hearing none, Clerk Lux, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. So the amendment passed, and now we go back to the original motion, correct, which was already the original motion as amended, which was already moved and supported. Is there any further discussion on that?
I guess as a final comment, hopefully I, can speak a little bit for other commissioners that, I apologize to our employees and constituents, and hope that we are seen as doing our best in a very difficult situation.
Mr. Jazinski.
Well, this has been a difficult decision to make. Having some familiarity with other benefit plans, we still offer one heck of a health insurance plan for our employees. Yeah, we kind of messed up this year. I don't know if we can somehow write things later, but we still have an excellent plan for the cost.
Comments? Anything else? Okay, seeing nothing further, Clerk Lux, a roll call, please.
Ask a question first. So we have
Absolutely.
the resolution, and I have that you guys, we did the roll call on it. And then the next thing is the next one where you had the motion and then you had an amendment, which closes that one. What's this third one for?
The vote for the last one was just the
Motion for-
amendment.
That was amended.
So just for amending the original motion. No,
Motion as-
amending the original motion.
Motion as amended.
So now we're approving the actual
Never voted on the first motion.
motion.
But you amended it and voted to amend it. But so
So this is the vote on the first motion as amended. So the first one, we put it on the floor. It was amended. The amendment was approved. And now we're voting on the on the motion.
A new thing.
As a-
Yes.
Accepted the
Debatable,
amendment.
right, as I'm reading now, and it's debatable, so they had to actually move on that amended language.
okay. Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, with that, that completes the work of the Finance and Administration Committee.
Thank you, gentlemen. We have no business under criminal justice and county affairs, which brings us to Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first item is Memorial Forest Recreation Area Lease Agreement. The motion reads, move to approve the Memorial Forest Recreation Area Lease Agreement between Mount Pleasant Public Schools and Isabella County for a 3-year period effective April 5th, 2022, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Been moved and supported to approve the Memorial Forest Recreation Area Lease Agreement discussion.
Yeah, Deerfield Natural Park is the largest park, and this is a part of that, which is 74 acres. It's the Memorial School Forest. I remember going through there when I was a kid, the school forest, and it's owned by the Mount Pleasant Public Schools, and it's been managed by the county park since 1980. And at this time, we want to budget $33,500 for the general maintenance of the entire park, which includes the Memorial Forest area. And that's, so that's what we're trying to do tonight.
Any further discussion? I'll just make a comment that it's a pretty good deal to get 74 acres, and all we have to do is maintain it. Beautiful addition to that park. Clerk Cluck's a roll call, please.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux.
Number 2, retention pay for county parks and recreation seasonal employees. Motion reads, move to approve 10% retention pay for county parks and recreation seasonal employees who qualify when they maintain employment from April through Labor Day 2022, and authorize board chair to sign the budget amendment to increase park and recreation budget to reflect the seasonal staff retention pay.
Support.
And moved and supported to approve retention pay for county parks and recreation seasonal employees discussion.
This was reported to us by Susan Kopmeyer, head of the Parks and Recreation, and just explaining some of the limitations that the parks has to try to keep some of these people in there, and where the pay falls in line with other counties in the area. And this just becomes another tool, once these people get into their season, that it's a little carrot at the end of the line where we can pay them a additional pay to make it all the way through. We're looking at the amount of money that other parks pay, and we look everywhere, and we're fighting the battle of everybody's looking for employees. This helps. With this county, we have some wonderful parks. They're maintained very, very well. And
Commissioner, any other discussion? Commissioner Jazinski.
Budget amendment, usually when I've seen these before, presented to the other county boards elsewhere, you have 2 entries. One amends the revenue side, which will probably be from the Parks and Recreation Fund balance, and then also the expenditure side dealing with pay and benefits. That's correct? Thank you. Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, Clerk Lux, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. Brings us down to item D, Intergovernmental Affairs. Commissioner Marino.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At the work session this afternoon, I made a detailed report on the content of the Intergovernmental Liaison meeting. At this time, I'll just briefly list what happened. It was Monday, March the 7th at 1 p.m. It was a Zoom meeting. The representatives came from Isabella County, City of Mount Pleasant, Charter Township of Union, Saginaw, Chippewa Indian Tribe, and they were Nicole Frost, Administrative Controller, County, Amy Perschbacher, Mayor, Mount Pleasant, Brian Milkey, Supervisor, Union Township, Eric Rodriguez, Public Relations Manager, Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe, Tobin Hope, Chair of County, Isabella County Commission, Mark Stu Drewher, Manager, Union Township, James Marino, County Commissioner, Isabella County, Aaron DeSent, Mount Pleasant City Manager, and Lisa Cody, Clerk. The topics we covered were the Community Sustainability Group update, the Aquatic Center update, the Isabella County Sheriff's Office and Correctional Facility update, the Miss County Material Recovery Facility update, and the adaptations each of the units were doing with in light of the COVID situation. That's about it for today.
Then we will move right along. We have no administrator controller issues. We have no unfinished business under new business. Item A, Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe of Michigan Spring 2022 semi-annual 2% requests. Commissioner Swaney, do you mind if I pick on you and have you read this motion?
All right, motion reads, move to approve the following Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe of Michigan semi-annual 2% request prioritization for presentation to the Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe by the required date of March 31st, 2022.
Or
And moved and supported to approve the following Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe of Michigan semi-annual 2% request. Prioritization discussion.
Like to know how the prioritization came out.
Sure.
And believe it or not, some people did have some threes, some people did have some twos. But all in all, when you do the math, everything got a 1, which isn't bad. It shows that you place high value on all of the projects. The most score, if you will, that the highest score that any project got was a 10. So when you divide 10 by 7, it comes out about 1.42. So we round that to 1, and that's how we do it, right? If you come up with an 11 and divide it by 7, then we round it up to a 2. But that's where everything came out. Everything is 1 critical priority.
I would just like to thank the Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe. It's nice that we get to make those requests. And as was discussed in the work session, they've been a huge supporter of many functions of county government, including the Sheriff's Department and the Commission on Aging, and the MRF, many things. We're grateful to them. We're very fortunate to have them as part of the community. So any further comments or discussion? Yeah.
In our close or in between meetings, we were just talking about other counties don't have it. And there's some programs that are wonderful on this list. And we got to be thankful for what we started with. And these are in place. And
Absolutely. Clerk Lux, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
yes,
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes,
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. Brings us down to item B, fiscal year 2021 comprehensive annual financial report. Vice Chairman Horton, would you care to make that motion?
Certainly. Fiscal year 2021, a comprehensive annual financial report. Motion reads, move to accept and place on file the fiscal year 2021 comprehensive annual financial report and supplemental information to financial statements regarding federal rewards.
Support.
Been moved and supported to accept and place on file the fiscal year 2021 comprehensive annual financial report. Discussion.
We had our annual budget presented, excuse me, not our annual budget, that's in the statement. We had our annual comprehensive financial report, which was basically our audit of fiscal year ended September 30th, 2021. And everything came out fine. In fact, we're approved the certificate, and it's too late for me to remember what it is, but we getting a administrative controller certificate in good standing. Good stand. Yes, financial excellence. So the county is we've been working hard, trying to be very transparent with our numbers in this county. And this is just an example of how we're doing, working on a 3 to 10 year plan. And we're going forward, and the county looks to be in good shape. So.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, clerk clocks a roll call, please.
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. That brings us down to general public comments. I don't know if we have anyone online. Oh, we know general public comments. Is there a motion to adjourn?
We've got commission announcements.
Oh.
Sorry. That's why I was
I told
stopping
you
your.
before, I get it.
Sometimes it's my shirt. I was gonna put my hand over it, so you couldn't have gavelled it. So there you go.
But, announcements, any commissioners have any announcements? Like to,
Just one
Commissioner
more
England.
time, you repeat something 3 times, people will remember it. There's a tree sale going on. You got about 2 weeks left on it, so spring's coming pretty fast. The frost will be out of the ground, so order your trees from the Isabella Conservation District. Thank you.
also the Council of Governments meets at the county building tomorrow night, 7 PM, room 320, I believe. Any further announcements? Hearing and seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Horton.
Support.
Reported, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Adjourned 7:41 PM. Thanks, everyone.